Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
I will lose confidence that my child is not protected. The children should be protected.
This cell phone video trending all over social media and seen by hundreds of thousands on YouTube is sparking a conversation about police officers and safety in the classrooms. Thanks for joining us tonight.
The FBI has been asked to investigate the incident at a South Carolina school where a resource officer appears to body slam and then drag a high school girl across the room. The officer is on administrative leave waiting for an internal investigation.
Now, many are criticizing the officer. The ACLU says a child should never be treated that way, but others are defending him, saying the video isn't complete and doesn't show what led up to the arrest. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson reports.
Whoa. I went downtown and showed people this viral video. Many have watched it before, calling it disturbing.
It's so frustrating when I watch that. It pains my heart, already. It's so frustrating. I think they should be all penalized.
Some say it doesn't matter what the student did. What you see here should never happen.
It hurt me a lot when I saw that girl, was hitting down. Put yourself in that position. The cameraman, put yourself in that position. If your kid have done that, we made errors. Nobody tell you that. We made error.
I have a great amount of respect for law enforcement officers and what they go through every day, and they walk into situations not knowing the details or the story of anything. They're just, they're focused on safety.
The sergeant in charge of West Fargo student resource officers says it's a tough job. They have had to use force before, but it must be within the school's policy and within the law. When everyone has a cell phone and everyone can put things on YouTube, do you think it's harder for school resource officers?
I think it keeps them more on an even par, and I think that's what goes for all cops, because it keeps them honest.
With the opportunities to have everything on film, it's kind of like we're constantly being monitored, and that has pros and cons with it. But I think that it's hard when you're constantly defending yourself.
While many were disturbed by this video, local resource officers say it's a complex job. Oftentimes, officers teach and counsel students on top of handling their safety.
They can go ahead and do better than that. They can do better than that.
Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
The Sheriff's Department in South Carolina says no one was hurt in the classroom. Locally, Fargo Public Schools tell us there isn't a written policy about when school resource officers step in if problems arise, saying it depends on the situation and they work closely with administrators.
Enjoy what heat there is as a change in the weather is moving this way, and that might mean finding your umbrella soon. Hutch, what do you know about tonight?
Well, I do know there's some moderate to heavy showers just outside of the FM area as we speak, and the yellows and oranges that you see on the radar just to the southwest of Fargo are heading in our general direction. Also northeast North Dakota with some swirling showers passing through, and a few in northwest Minnesota. The Fargo area has some showers. They're only about 18 to 20 miles away from us, and as the crow flies, they should be in West Fargo by 6:25. Make sure your windows are up. This will be a brief shower, but more rain is in the forecast, and for some, the rain with falling temperatures could mix with some snow by daybreak. Tonight, it'll remain breezy. We'll have more on winter weather as we go through the week, but Severe Winter Weather Awareness Week is upon us. Remember to stay safe when you're traveling. Keep that gas tank full and have a survival kit. We'll have more on the hour-by-hour forecast. Many of us seeing some flakes this week. I'll have details in a moment.
Good insight on the tips. Thanks, Hutch.
The search is on tonight for a man who held up the community co-op convenience store in Purley, Minnesota early this morning. The Norman County Sheriff's Office says the robber was armed with a baseball bat and got away with a few $100s. He was a white man wearing a black hoodie and bandana and a gray stocking cap. They also say he had a chain wallet. In Purley today, the holdup is the talk of this small town. Employees at the C-store say this has never happened before, but they say they figured it might happen sooner or later because of the uptick in crime just 30 miles away right here in Fargo-Moorhead. The manager tells us they are going to be changes made to the safety to improve the safety for all individuals, and the C-store has a surveillance system, so investigators are working with that to see if they can further identify the robber.
Human remains have been found in a farm field just east of Alexandria, Minnesota. Investigators saying they are remains of a woman in her late teens or early 20s. However, authorities are not confirming the woman's identity, but the family of 18-year-old Laura Schwindeman confirmed on Facebook that the body found is her. A woman who says Schwindeman is her niece wrote late last night that they prayed for a better outcome, but Laura Schwindeman has been found and her family will bring her home and lay her to rest. Schwindeman disappeared nearly 2 weeks ago. Authorities say she was with a man she knew, but they have not elaborated.
Tonight we have an exclusive new details regarding the disappearance of a Bemidji, Minnesota woman. Police are asking for your help locating Rose Downwind. She was last seen wearing a blue sweater and black pants, and she hasn't contacted her family in more than a week. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson has the latest information on this case from Downwind's best friend and her mother.
A week ago Monday was the last time any family members had contact with Rose Downwind. Police say her sister spoke with Downwind at this Bemidji Target store. It's the last anyone has heard from her.
She doesn't usually just take off and disappear for a week at a time?
Correct.
Okay.
Which is what got their concern and which resulted in them contacting us.
Police now say her ex-boyfriend has come forward to say he saw Downwind leaving a residence on Stoner Avenue last Wednesday, and she may have left in a blue vehicle. However, Cassandra Mountain, Downwind's best friend, tells me that Downwind has a history of physical fights with that ex-boyfriend.
Do you have any reason to suspect foul play at this point?
Not at this point. At this point, we're just treating it as a missing person. And hopefully we can get information that will steer the investigation.
Now, late this afternoon, Rose's mother, Georgia Downwind, told me she received a text from Rose last Wednesday after her ex-boyfriend reported seeing Rose. Rose texted that she was in Minneapolis, but her mom hasn't heard from her since. Georgia Downwind says, did she really send that text, and why is her phone off? I'm praying for the best. In Bemidji, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
Rose Downwind is the granddaughter of Dennis Banks, the founder of the American Indian Movement, who still lives near Bemidji. If you have information on this case, contact Bemidji Police at 218-333-9111.
23 states have already legalized medical marijuana despite the fact that the FDA has not approved the drug for medical use. One group is now working to make North Dakota next in line. The North Dakota Medical Marijuana Committee wants voters to decide if the state should embrace medical cannabis. The group met with Secretary of State Al Jaeger earlier today to try and get a ballot initiative started. However, because they did not have the correct paperwork, the petition was denied. Still, the group remains undeterred.
I'm really optimistic. You know, we have a pretty long period of time frame, but I'm thinking that by the early next year, we'll have enough signatures to present to the Secretary of State.
Once the petition is approved, the committee needs about 13,500 signatures to get the measure to the ballot box.
32nd Avenue in Fargo is a main road to a lot of drivers. The speed limit is normally 35 miles an hour, but during school zone hours, it's supposed to be 20. Some drivers are speaking out, concerned that people are not caring about the new Ed Clapp Elementary School zone. Multiple drivers tell Valley News Live they try to go the speed limit, but they see people tailgating or honking to get them to go faster.
Seems like on this light, I've noticed that yellow light means green, and the red light comes out and it means yield, and you know, that causes for a lot of horns and screeches.
Fargo police say the school is new this year, so the school zone is newer to drivers. They also say typically they see complaints for congestion in that area, not speeders. A speeding ticket in a school zone costs a minimum of $40. If you ever need help with an issue in your community, call our whistleblower hotline at 701-237-6576 and leave your tip.
The court system in this country is often the subject of criticism. To some, too liberal or too conservative and too political. For others, too strict or too lenient. And it is those kinds of issues that brought the Chief Justice of Minnesota Supreme Court to Moorhead today. Lori Gilday came to speak to the Moorhead Rotary Club and offer a lesson to the courts, how they work and how they're changing to meet the demands of our legal system in the 21st century. She says one of the most important things to remember for people is that the courts aren't for judges and lawyers, they belong to the people. Gilday is a graduate of the University of Minnesota Morris, and she earned her law degree at Georgetown University and was appointed to the state Supreme Court in 2005 by Governor Tim Pawlenty.
Valley native Blind Joe is off the NBC hit show The Voice, but his dreams of making it big in the music industry are far from over. He started a GoFundMe page and is hoping to raise $15,000. He says the plan is to record a professional album in Nashville, and he needs help covering travel expenses, paying musicians and producers, and pressing the album. People who donate $15 or more will receive an autographed copy of the CD before it's released to the public. So far, he's raised nearly $2,000. If you'd like to donate, we have a link on valleynewslive.com. Just click on this story.
Halloween is just around the corner. Are you worried your child might eat too much candy? Stick around for some healthy Halloween tips.
Some beautiful scenes off to the west as the sun is setting on our day. Big changes in weather, including rain and flakes. For some, details are straight ahead.